Hi everyone. Awesome. So just give a minute while people log on. We're going to start lying down on the mat this week. So find yourself a space on your mat and you're going to start lying down onto your back. Okay, perfect. Right. Everything is sorted. Okay, so find yourself a nice space on your mat. You're going to lie onto your back. And you're going to lie in a nice, comfortable position with your knees bent up. Okay, so just get yourself nice and comfortable on your mat and start to think about letting your shoulders to relax. Okay, and then take your attention down to your low back and just ask your back, just kind of make a connection with the muscles in your low back and just ask them to soften and relax onto the mat. Okay, and then just start to become aware of your breathing. And just start to take a little bit slightly deeper breath. So we're breathing in. And just see your chest rise and breathe out as the chest starts to relax down. So just a few nice breaths. And then as you're breathing, just think about your shoulders getting heavier. And the muscles in your back starting to release and soften onto the mat. Perfect. Okay, so we're just starting to loosen through the muscles now. So we're going to start to add some movement in. So what we're going to do first of all is just start to bring the arms up over the top of your head so they're going onto the floor behind you and then they're circling round to your side again. Okay, let's go with the breathing. Take a nice deep breath in as you bring your arms up and breathe out as you circle your arms round towards your side. Good. Breathe in as your arms come up and over. And breathe out as you circle your arms round. Fantastic, good. Nice deep breath in as you come up. And breathe out as you come down. Good, 2 more like this. Breathe in, really stretch, reach. Push right to the tips of your fingers so you're lengthening all the way through your back muscles. As you come round, keep pushing your hands as wide as you can so you're getting that separation through your shoulder blades. So really push your wide around. Last one, reach as far as you can with your fingers and slowly just bring your arms around, stretching your arms as wide as you can. Okay, we're going to keep going with the arms, but this time we're going to bring the legs in as well. So we're going to do single leg. As your arms come up over your head and reach behind you, one leg is going to reach away. So at one point you're going to be as stretched as you possibly can, all the way through to your fingertips, all the way to the tips of your toes. And then as you sweep your arms around, draw that leg back in again. Swap sides with the legs. Breathe in as you stretch everything away. And breathe out as you draw everything back around to the start position. Good. Nice deep breath in as you bring your arms up over your head. And breathe out. Arms come round, legs slides back into start position. Good. Nice deep breath in. Stretch. And breathe out as you circle round. 1 more on each side. Breathe in. And breathe out as you circle everything round. Keep the shoulders nice and relaxed. Big stretch. Last one. Stretch as far as you can. Circle around. Fantastic. Bring your knees in towards your chest and just hug them in nice and tightly towards your chest so you're feeling that stretch through your low back. Okay, try not to rock too much with this one. Just hold it as a nice constant pressure. And now when you're ready, you're going to start to circle the knees. So both knees go round in the same direction. You're just going to draw some circles with your knees. And that would just get a nice massage through the low back onto the mat there. Perfect. And opposite direction. So go around in the other direction with your knees. So use your arms to draw your knees in nice and tight towards your spine as you circle it round. Good. Okay, keep hold of one knee and stretch the other leg out. Point your toes towards the wall in front of you. Keep pushing and lengthening so you're stretching through that thigh. And the leg you're holding on to, draw it in nice and tight towards your chest. So we're just getting that nice stretch through your back, through your leg. Perfect. Okay, so with the leg you're holding on to now, draw it across your body. So I've got hold of my right knee. I'm going to draw it across to my left hand side. So I'm rolling over. I'm going to allow my hip to come up. And I'm going to allow my spine to twist until my leg comes down towards the floor. Now, depending how tight your glutes, your low back are, you might get your knee flat down onto the floor. You might only be able to get so far, but take it to a point where you're feeling a nice stretch through your glutes, through your bottom that you're holding on to. With your head, keep looking up towards the ceiling, and with the hand the other side, take it out towards the wall beside you, so you get a nice stretch through your spine there. Okay. With the hand that's holding onto your knee, don't push too hard, but just a little bit of pressure onto your knee, so you're just drawing it. If it's not touching the floor already, just draw it down towards the floor a little bit. You just need to watch out you're not getting any pain in your groin as you do this. This stretch should be coming right through your glutes, so right through your bottom there. Okay, fantastic. Just keep holding that. And if you can release it a little bit more and just drop it down towards the floor a little bit further, every time you just breathe out, just soften it down a little bit. And then very gently release back. So roll the leg back. Come back to that center position. I'm going to swap the legs around. So grab hold of your other knee. Both hands going to wrap around your knee, draw it in nice and tight towards your chest. Other leg pushes away, push right through to your tips of your toes, all the way to the wall in front of you, and keep drawing nice and tight to that leg that you're holding on to. Okay, when you're ready, you're going to start to bring the leg across your body. So you're going to pull across. Okay, other arm goes out towards the side. Draw the knee across your body. You're allowing your hips to come up, allowing your spine to rotate. Keep your head looking up towards the ceiling, and just a little bit of pressure on that knee. So as you can see, I can't get my leg all the way down to the ground. Some of you may be able to. Some of you, if your legs are nice and loose and your back's nice and released, then your knee might be able to get right down. Me, my glutes are pretty tight today, so I'm already feeling that stretch in my glutes there. So I'm going to just hang out at this position. And with this top hand on top of my knee, I'm just putting a little bit of pressure down, not too much. I'm not trying to force it to the floor, just trying to enjoy the stretch through the glutes there. Perfect. Good. So each time you breathe out, just see if you can get your knee a little bit closer down towards the ground. You might find that it just needs a little bit of time just to ease into that stretch. That's it. Last little breath there. And then just gently bring your leg back. So you're coming back to center. Okay, bring both knees up. So your feet are together, your knees are together. Shoulders nice and relaxed. Think about nice lengthening through your neck. And we're just going to drop both knees down to the same side. So we're just loosening through your low back now. So drop the knees down, bring them back up to center. Drop the knees down to the other side. Draw them back up to center. Okay, so you're allowing your hips to move. We want the twist to come up through your spine for this one. So we're releasing through the spinal movements there. Just nice and gently. Try not to go too quickly with this one. Good. And just watch your shoulders don't start to hunch up near your neck. So keep your fingertips nice and long. Just imagine your fingertips are walking down towards your toes. So you're drawing your arms away from your ears. That's it. Just keep using those knees, just gliding over from one side to the other like a set of windscreen wipers. That's it. Drop them over. Each time you go off to the side, you get a little bit further and you might feel a little bit more of a stretch through your back each time you're doing it. Great. One more to each side. And then off to the last side there. Just drop down. Get a nice release through your back there. Perfect. Okay. Grab hold of one of your knees, one of your legs. Again, you're going to take your hands to make contact behind your thigh there. Okay, so we're going to work through the hamstrings. So we're going to work in your comfort zone with your hamstrings. So it's a typical muscle that most people have got quite tight. So don't worry how far you go. You're going to take a nice breath out and lengthen the leg up towards the ceiling and breathe in and bring it back. Breathe out, lengthen it towards the ceiling and breathe in, coming back. So you might find you get a little bit of shake going on when you go as far as you can, stretching your leg up. Don't worry about that. Don't force it through the shake and don't try and hold it there. Just keep the leg moving. So breathe out, lift the leg up, breathe in, draw it back. It's a nice dynamic stretch. So you're aiming to get a little bit further with your leg each time you stretch it up towards the ceiling. We're just trying to get a little bit more of a stretch there. Good. Just a couple more. Lengthen it up towards the ceiling, gently bring it back. If you can get your leg a lot closer towards your head and a lot straighter than me, then go for it. Just go with what feels comfortable. Last one on this leg. and just gently release it down. Swap onto the other side, grab hold of the back of the thigh again. Other knee stays nice and bent, and we're just stretching and releasing. So breathe out, lift the leg towards the ceiling, breathe in, draw it back. Breathe out, lengthen, breathe in, draw it back. Good. This is a really nice one. Again, if you've been sat all day and your hamstrings have been obviously in that sitting position, then it's quite nice to lengthen out through the hamstrings to do this. Good. Couple more on this side. Great. Breathe out, lengthen the leg up. Breathe in, bring it back down. Super. Good. Okay, and just finish up with that one. And bring it back down. You're going to take yourself into a full body stretch. So you're going to lengthen your arms away from you, lengthen your feet away from you, and just stretch as wide as you can or as long as you can for this movement. Push your toes all the way towards the wall, push your fingertips towards the wall behind you, and just stretch as if you've been placed on the rack and someone's pulling you both ends to lengthen you through. Great. Okay. I'm going to let your arms just come down towards your side. I'm going to bring your legs back up to that nice neutral position. Last little bit through the legs for now. What we're going to do is going to drop one knee out to the side. Keep your other knee facing up towards the ceiling. And with this leg that we're going to move, so the one that's dropped out to the side, your heel comes away from the midline and you're drawing a circle around. So we've got this movement going through the hip. We're going to drop the knee out, circle the leg around, stretch. And you're going to just try and see if we can lengthen the leg each time. So you're trying to stretch all the way down to your toes and then just loosen through the hip joint. Not too wide with the leg. You're not trying to draw a massive circle. We're just dropping the knee out. Take your heel away from the midline and then lengthen the leg around as if you're drawing a semicircle. Draw the line straight back up to the start point. Drop your knee out. Draw that semicircle. Lengthen the leg. Slide it back up to start again. One more on this side. Drop the knee out, circle it round, lengthen, and slide it back up again. Onto the other side. So dropping the knee out, leg comes out towards the side, circle it round, lengthen, draw it back up again. So if you can see from there, if you're wondering, dropping the knee out, circling it round, lengthen, draw it back up. Drop the knee out, circle it round, lengthen it back up. The knee drops out, circle it round. Each time you're doing it, you're just trying to get a little bit more length through the leg. That's it. One more on this side. Drop it out, circle it round, lengthen, and draw back up to center. Okay, fantastic. So what we're going to do from here is going to roll you over onto your tummies. Okay, keep your elbows tucked in beside you here, and we're just going to get you to push your hands into the mat and stretch up. If you've got any issues going on with your low back, just stay at this point here and look up. But if your back is allowing you to do it, then push through the arms, and we're just going to get you to stretch and lengthen up through here. Okay, good. So we're getting a nice opening through the abdomen. I want you to think about drawing your shoulder blades back and down, so you're opening up through your chest there. And if you can, if you feel comfortable, just look up towards the corner of your room. Don't look too far towards the ceiling, just to the corner of the room. So you get a little bit more of a stretch through your neck. Fantastic. Good. And just gently lower yourself down. Okay, we're going to stretch through the quads from here. If you can, grab hold of one knee and pull your heel in towards your bottom. And just get that nice release through the knee. If you've got any issues going on with your knee and this is uncomfortable, just leave this stretch out. This is not going to be great for you if your knee's hurting in this position. But if you can do it, just ease your foot in towards your bottom. You get that lovely stretch through the middle part of your quads there. You can probably feel it. That's it. And just hang out with that stretch just a little bit more. There we go. And gently relax out of that. Pop the leg down, swap onto the other side. So grab hold of the other foot. You'd be pretty flexible if you grabbed hold of your knee doing this. Okay, so draw your foot in towards your bottom. And again, just work with that stretch. So if you're feeling like it's quite sore to do it, you want to take it to a point where it feels like a nice deep stretch, but not painful, okay? It's like a warming stretch where you know it's lengthening, but if it starts to become painful, what you're probably doing is tearing a little bit too much of the muscle, and you're going to end up causing yourself a little bit more damage there. So work within a comfortable range of movement for it. That's it. And just gently release out of that stretch there. Perfect. Okay, we're going to get you to come up and sink down into that child pose. So come down, sit onto your heels, lengthen your arms forward, stretch towards your fingertips if you can. Head can drop down onto the mat. And again, just work with trying to keep your bottom onto your heels, stretching through to your fingertips. And just hang out there. Work with your breathing. So as you breathe out, just think about stretching your fingers a little bit further forwards each time you breathe out. Breathe in. Try not to come out of that stretch as you breathe in. And breathe out. Lengthen through your fingertips if you can. So one more in this position. Perfect. Now walk your hands round. Both hands go to the same side. So come round to one side. And try and keep your bottom onto your heels. It's so easy as you bring your hands around that your bottom starts to lift up. So try and keep your bottom right down, head down towards the floor, and you're getting a nice stretch through that opposite side. Again, just work with your breathing. Breathe out, soften down into that stretch. Breathe in as you hold it, and breathe out as you soften down. One more on this side. Perfect. Then walk both hands round towards the other side. So keep them lengthened away from you. All the way round. Keep your bottom down onto the mat. Lengthen your hands away. Work with your breathing again. So breathe in as you hold it. Breathe out as you soften down. Breathe in to hold. And breathe out as you soften down. Good, and then come back around to the center point. We're going to come up onto all fours. So what we're going to do for this one is take your hands, so instead of having your hands directly underneath your shoulders, take them forwards a little bit. Keep your bottom up towards the ceiling, and we're just going to let you sink down. So instead of coming sort of right back into child pose, we're coming down, but lift your bottom up towards the ceiling. So we're coming down into this. So someone described this as a puppy pose, and it's quite true. This is the way my dog would always stretch when she gets up from a sleep. So keep your bottom really high towards the ceiling, lengthen your hands away, so you're feeling the stretch across your shoulder blades, through the upper part of your back, upper part of your arms, and you're really trying to reach your hands away from you as much as possible. That's it. Again, just hang out in this position, hold a nice breath in, and breathe out, and see if you can just stretch your fingers away just a tiny little bit more. Good. Last breath in this one. Perfect. Gently just come up, bring your hands back, so you're coming back into that all fours position. Okay, let's just mobilize through the spine. So we're just going to do our normal cat-cow. So arch your spine up towards the ceiling. So we're stretching out the other way from our back now, lifting up so you're separating your shoulder blades, and sink down, lift your hips, lift your shoulders. So you're arching through the spine. Okay, as we change the arch, you tuck under through your bottom, lift your spine up towards the ceiling, and then sink out. So nice breath out, sink down, roll it through, lift up. Don't look too high with your head, just look forwards. One more, tuck under, lift. Push your shoulder blades apart as you reach up, and breathe out as you sink down. Perfect. Okay, if you're okay staying on all fours, let's stay in this position and we're going to thread the needle. So we're going to start by drawing the arm out towards the side. So lift one of your hands, bring it out towards the side, lift it up towards the ceiling. So you're opening up through your chest to twist through to one side, and then sweep through. So take your arm down. It now is going to push between your arm and your knees, and you're going to lengthen your arm all the way through so that you drop your shoulder onto the mat, head drops onto the mat. Hold this position. We're going to hold it for a breath. I'll show you on this side if anyone's looking and you need to see what it's looking like. You're at this position here. You're going to hold it as you breathe in and breathe out, and just see if you can just stretch your arm a little bit further. Breathe in as you hold. Breathe out as you stretch through. So we're on this side. Good, just keep holding it. Last breath in this one. Come up, reach towards the ceiling again, and we're going to repeat it. So stretch towards the ceiling and then slide the arm through, rotate through, hold it again. Work with your breathing. Breathe in to hold, breathe out, lengthen, stretch. Breathe in to hold, breathe out, lengthen and stretch. And just come through. Let's reach up towards the ceiling again and then come back to all fours. We're going to swap onto the other side now. So the arm comes up, out towards the side, reach towards the ceiling, get that rotation through your chest, and then slide the arm through and come all the way down. You might, the other arm that's on the floor, you might need to bend your elbow just to get down towards the ground a little bit more, and just stretch your arm through as far as you can go. You're going to reach, you're breathing out. Breathe in as you hold, breathe out, just see if you can stretch a little bit further. That's it. And then we're coming through again. We're going to sweep the arm through, lift it up towards the ceiling so you're opening through your chest, and then we're coming through again. So stretch. Take that arm through, lower your other hand or elbow down towards the mat so that you can get your shoulder and your head right down into that position. Brilliant. That's it. And then we'll just come through again. Take the arm through, reach up towards the ceiling, and come back onto all fours. Just if you need to take your weight off of your hands, just come up, loosen through the wrists a little bit and just circle your wrists through. We're going to come back to this position here, all fours, but this time you're going to bring one of your feet forward. Okay, so we've got that foot between your hands. You can have both hands this side if you like. So if you have both hands in the centre, if I show you from this point here, we have both hands here. Okay, and then from here we're going to just take the weight forward. So from the side, okay, we're just going to sink into it. So we've got this really deep stretch through the legs, through the hips, and just sink down into that. So you're not putting pressure. That leg that you're knee that you've got behind, you're not putting too much pressure on. And the knee at the front, ideally, you want to try and keep your knee relatively in line with your ankle. It can come forwards a little bit as long as it's not coming too far forwards over the top of your foot, and we're just sinking down. The bit that's sinking is your bottom. Your bottom's lowering down towards the mat here, so you try not to be up in this position here. You're trying to lower your hips down towards the mat. Perfect. Good, and then very gently just rock yourself backwards now. So we're going to take your weight backwards. So this front leg is now going to become the straight leg. And again, with your hands, you can have them both this side of your foot, or if it's more comfortable, take your hands wider if you need to. Stick your bottom backwards. Again, it all depends on how tight your hamstring is. That is really burning for me there, but you may be able to get a lot straighter so that this leg this leg goes straight. Okay, so you're feeling it all the way down the back of your hamstring there. Okay, gently come out of that stretch. We're going to take that knee back and we're going to put the other knee forwards. Okay, so we're in that position there. I'm going to put both hands on the inside again. And if I need to, just straighten that leg back, the leg that's behind you back. And we're going to sink down into it. Push your hips down towards the mat. Okay, so if you need to see from the front where I am, okay, it's this kind of position. If it's more comfortable for you like this, then that's fine, it doesn't matter. As long as what's not happening is this knee's not dropping out to the towards the side. This knee needs to stay relatively far forwards. And again, knee over the top of your ankle, so it's not dipping in or dipping out. Okay. Perfect, good. Dropping your hips down as much as you can. Good, a few more breaths in this position. Just try and let the hips drop down. Okay, and then gently rock yourself backwards so you're now, this leg's becoming the straight one. So you can see there, straighten, and then try and come back. Oh, my hands and strings are so tight. And just try and come back. So you're driving your bottom backwards. we're all going to be in different positions for this one because it really does depend on how long your hamstring. So don't take notice if somebody else is much further back than you are. Just work with what you feel going on down through that hamstring. Perfect. Good. And then just gently come out of that stretch. We're going to let you come down on towards the mat. I'm going to get you to sit. You can sit cross-legged for this one. We're just going to work rotation through the spine. You're going to pop your hands behind your head, open up through the elbows, okay? Now imagine someone's grabbed the top of your head and lifted you up towards the ceiling, so you're not sort of sat slumped like this. Sit up nice and tall. Open the elbows out, so again, they're not soft through like this. Really stretch through the chest so that your elbows are out nice and wide, okay? And what we're going to do is just twist round to one side. Keep your elbows wide and then twist through towards the center again, and then up towards the other side and come back towards the center. So it's important you keep your spine nice and long and straight so that you don't end up like this. That's going to put pressure on your neck and the upper part of your back. So we're going to need to keep rotating here. It's a nice stretch through the spine, but it really opens up through your chest as well. Good. And then twist round towards the other side. Good. Come back to the center. Now keep lifted and lengthened, and let's see if we can just go off towards one side. So try and lift one of your elbows right the way up towards the ceiling. So you're feeling that stretch coming all the way through, possibly up through the arm as well, but it's really coming all the way through your side. Try not to lean forwards. Keep that spine nice and straight and off towards the side. And then gently come back up to center, off to the other side. Lift. There we go. We're getting a nice release through the side. Really try and get that elbow up towards the ceiling as much as you can. Still nice and comfortable if you can. And gently back to center. Good. Let your arms relax. We're going to make our way up to standing. So let's go on to all fours. Perfect. Once you're on all fours, tuck your heels underneath, and we're coming all the way up into that down dog position. Walk through your heels, so we're getting a little bit of movement through your soles of your feet, through your ankles, through your knees. And then walk your feet towards your hands, or your hands towards your feet, so we end up at the bottom of this roll down position. Lengthen through the knees, and then slowly restack the spine so you're coming up to standing. Shoulders round into your back pockets, so you end up standing, not with your shoulders up here. Keep your shoulders down nice and relaxed by your side. Perfect. Okay, good. Standing comfortably from here, let's just roll the shoulders and release through there. Good. Bring your hands onto your shoulders, and we're just going to draw circles all the way backwards with your elbows. So we're really opening up through the chest here. Perfect. Okay. Pop your hands behind you. So you're going to grab hold of your wrist, one wrist there, and really push away. So you're going to push away from the spine. Okay. Try not to arch your back as you do it. Try and keep your back nice and straight, and just push your hands away from you. So you're really opening up through the chest through here. That's it. Perfect. And then when you're ready, let your arms relax. Bring your hands in front of you, push your hands away. Keep pushing your hands away, push, push, push as you stretch up towards the ceiling. Keep pushing your hands away. That's it, lengthen up towards the ceiling if you can. Keep pushing, hold that stretch. And keep pushing away. So push your hands away as you bring them down towards your hips again. Keep pushing away, pushing away, pushing away. And let your arms relax. Okay, let's go for our full body swing. So we're going to start first of all just taking a deep breath in and come up towards the ceiling, and then bring your arms down. Okay, just work with the breathing. Nice breath in, lift your arms up, really reach, and breathe out as your arms come down. Good. Nice breath in, reach, and breathe out as you come down. Onto your tiptoes this time. Breathe in and reach up towards the ceiling. Breathe out as you come down. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out as you come down. Good. Breathe in, stretch. And breathe out as you come down. We're going for 3 full body swings now. So we go, breathe in, all stretch towards the ceiling. Bend your knees, let your arms sweep through behind you, and then stretch and reach as tall as you can. Hold it, pause in that position. When you're ready, knees bend. Here they go. Arms, throw your arms behind you, stretch and really reach up towards the ceiling. Try not to go too slow. Let your body move. Just let the movement happen. Here we go. Last one. Really throw your arms down, sweep them round and throw them up. Hold the stretch. Hold it. Heels come down. Arms come down by your side. There we go. Well done, everybody. Hopefully you feel 2 inches taller than you did half an hour ago. That should set you up for a nice stretched, released, ready for the weekend. Hope you enjoyed that, guys. See you next time.